Okay, well, Davis Riley, thanks for joining us for a few minutes. I know wasn't the perfect outcome that you had hoped for, but what an incredible week it was overall. A lot of great takeaways. The 62 yesterday, and the bouncing back from the triple today, and almost getting it done in the playoffs. Just a few general thoughts about the week overall.
Yeah, very solid week, a lot to build on. No, I can't hang my head about anything. I played a lot of good golf, and unfortunately, I didn't have my best stuff today, and stumbled up on hole 5 today, and that kind of cost me. But end of the day, it's a lot, great week to build on, and I'm looking forward to the next start.
Been a lot of learning experiences for you this year out on the PGA Tour, the good and the bad, and you kind of make it all work as you make your way down. You feel confident with what you have learned and feel like you've gotten in place as you're kind of establishing your regular presence out here?
Yeah, I've had a couple good experiences just playing with some bigger names, like John Rahm, Adam Scott, and then of course Justin. Just getting used to that. It's a little bit different because obviously on the Corn Ferry you don't have crowds and roars like that stuff. So no, those past experiences have been a really big help, and I was able to draw back on a lot of those memories, yesterday and today.
Okay, well, we'll take a few questions if you guys, Dougie.
Davis, a couple things I'm really curious about basically what it took and what you thought on the 5 iron into 17, along with the 2 drives on 16, which is not an easy driving shot.
I didn't know what Sam was doing on the green. I just heard a volunteer say, "Oh, he's got this long putt for bogey," and then he made it. And then I figured he made bogey, and I knew I needed to make, a birdie to at least, be tied going in the last hole. And, I just told myself I need to hit a good shot. And, I made a really good swing on it, hit it right on the button. And then to cap it off with a putt was nice. And then, I saw him miss his putt. I think he had a fairly similar one to as I did behind the hole in 18. And then I saw him miss that, and I figured it was for birdie. And then he made par. I knew, sitting in the fairway on 18, I need to hit a good one, and, birdie would do it.
What did you see on that putt, regulation 18?
Yeah, I was, me and Lance kind of went back and forth on it. I thought it was fairly straight, and then it was going to try to leak a little right there at the end. And it just went a little bit more right earlier than I thought. So it kind of got started right and then kind of hung out the whole way. But, halfway there I thought I had a chance. It was perfect speed, but unfortunately just misread it a little bit there at the beginning.
Adam?
Davis, when's your earliest recollection of playing with Sam?
Oh, boy. It's got to be, I don't know, AJGA days. It's got to be 11, 12 years old, just back in those tournaments. I can't name a specific tournament, but we had to have been 11 or 12 years old, just duking it out on the AJGA tour.
Yeah, anyone stick out that the two of you went at it, kind of like being in a playoff today?
Yeah, no, there was definitely a level of comfort there when we stepped up on the playoff hole, and just anytime we see each other, because we've just been friends for so long. And I respect his game, and he's been a good player for a while, and just to, compete with him at every level is also fun to see the guys that kind of progress and go down the line through the ranks.
Can you take us through the debacle at 5?
Yeah, I just hit a bad tee shot, and then from there it was just kind of a cluster. It was just I didn't really have any room to go right unless I went out sideways and left myself, 290 yards to the green. So I honestly just tried to go up the left and try to hit it on one of the tee boxes, but I had kind of a weird, above my stance, sitting down the rough lie, and it just came out a little left and hot. And then, and honestly, I think where it went wrong was, after I dropped, got the relief from the tee box, the tee marker. It was just sandy, kind of weird grass over there, and maybe I just tried to hit too much of a perfect shot, and instead of making sure I blasted over the green and give myself just an up and in at par. And then I just kind of, I don't know, it was just a tough shot. It's just so sandy over there, and it's thin that you really have to make perfect contact to even get the ball that far. But if I had to do it over again, maybe just make sure I get it long instead of trying to try to get it on the green, almost just take long and try to get up and down. Yeah, it was weird just because where I took the drop, I couldn't take a direct line at the pin. Like the tree was kind of behind me and to the right, so I almost had to take it inside and hit like a draw. I couldn't take a normal backswing back. I almost had to take it inside and try to sweep it a little bit. And then that's why I think the contact was why it was, because I was, having to come from the inside, and it was just shallow, and, and on that sandy kind of turf, it had to be perfect contact, or it was just going to come out super soft like it did.
We got Michael, and then we'll come over here to these three. Michael, go ahead.
Thank you. Davis, does Sam's play on 18 show people how tough this league is? Not a great drive, not a great second shot, holds the putt.
On 18?
I'm sorry, pardon me. Second playoff hole, misspoke.
Yeah, I know.
It's a tough league is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, on the second playoff hole. Yeah, I mean, if he's Sam's a hell of a player, and yeah, I mean, anytime you give somebody who's playing well and within 30 feet, you always think there's a chance. So I kind of went into there thinking he was going to give it a really good run. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me. He's been a very good putter for a long time, and yeah, that was a very good putt.
Okay, we'll go to Bob, then right over here to these.
Just wondering if at any point today, last night, you allowed yourself to think about getting into the Masters with a win.
Not really, honestly. I didn't think about it at all. I just kind of, it didn't really, I've never really thought about it, to be honest with you. Obviously, maybe back in my head somewhere I knew, but I knew I was a long ways from, getting that. There was a lot that had to be done from, last night to the end of the day. So I did a really good job of staying in my process, and then kind of got punched in the mouth early, and I just knew if I just kept with it, and I'd have a chance to win. But that being the forefront of my thinking was not, I wasn't thinking about the Masters and wanting to live and dying by trying to, I was trying to win a golf tournament. The stuff comes with it, but I was just trying to take care of the task at hand, and that stuff follows.
Thank you.
Two-part question for you. We're curious what you did this morning, how you kept emotions or excitement or nerves at bay, and just kind of what your process was leading up to this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, actually, the shirt I'm wearing, I had to wash it this morning. So I did laundry this morning. That's about the most interesting thing I did this morning. No, I did a little bit of laundry. I watched some TV, and that's pretty much about it. And then I had to, I felt like I was kind of pacing around my hotel room a little bit. But no, it was a pretty boring morning, laundry and just sitting around.
And then just what was the emotional reset and thought process like going into 6 and after everything you went through on 5, but just being able to kind of get yourself centered again and continue on the course without thinking too much about what had just happened?
Yeah, walking off the green, I just told Lance, like, there's a lot of golf left, like, I'm playing good. Fortunately, I had a little bit of cushion up until that mistake, so I was still in it. It's not like I really shot myself out of it, but I knew if I played solid golf that I could, play this course, 3, 4, 5 under coming in, and I knew that'd probably be enough to win. But yeah, I just had to hit the reset button and just go shot by shot, and I felt like I did a really good job of that today.
Is it any consolation that you didn't lose the playoff, but he had to make that long putt with a birdie?
Yeah, I mean, that's how I got. Yeah, you have to. He won it, so you'd much rather see that than, me miss a 5-footer, him miss a 5-footer or something. He, made a big putt in a big moment, and yeah, it was really impressive, and yeah, he did what he needed to do.
Okay, we'll finish up with Bob, Jeff, right over here.
Davis, talking to Lance outside, there's a lot of positives you can pull from today. What do you think will be the biggest?
I knew I could do this. I mean, I knew I could win golf tournaments at the highest level, but yeah, I think just the way, just how I handled adversity, and knowing that I don't have to have my best stuff to have a chance to win a golf tournament. It proved a lot to me, a little bit into yesterday, late yesterday, I was hitting some off shots, and today on the front 9, I wasn't hitting it great, kind of spotty on some holes, but just knowing that I don't have to be perfect to win a golf tournament was one of the biggest takeaways I'm taking away from this week. I've just got to be me, and me is good enough to compete at the highest level.
Everybody good? Okay. Well,
In the first playoff hole in the rough. Yeah, so I was going back and forth because the lie was kind of sitting down. And yeah, I couldn't tell. Me and Lance were talking about. I couldn't tell if it was going to jump out of there. It's just hard to. It's just kind of a guess. You know, it's sitting down, the wind's into you, and it's just judging the jump with the wind. And so I actually went club down from pitch and wedge to 50 degree, and I thought I would jump and still get through that wind, but it kind of, you know, came out a little bit more spinny than I thought it would, and then the wind just kind of hit it, so it just kind of floated short. But thankfully, I mean, it was a perfect lie. It kind of sat nestled right up there on the upslope of the bunker, so I was able to put, you know, a really good, you know, move on it and hit that bunker shot pretty close. Thank you.
Well, Davis, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Congrats on a very good week.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Thank you.
As of right now, I'm planning on going to Punta Cana, so I think that. Yeah, exactly. We'll see. We will see. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you.